Hey YouTube, I've been gone for a good while, but I promise it's for a good reason. In my absence, I've been grinding for rank 1, and I hit rank 1 in North America with 844 LP. My new win rate this season is also the highest it's ever been, with 66% win rate over 231 games played. So in this video, I'll show you how I hit rank 1 and some of the strategies I used in order to hit rank 1. Most rank 1 players have a unique playstyle that's unique to mostly them. Whether it's being able to solo kill your lanes over and over again, or just having great roams if you're playing support or mid, each rank 1 player has something that they do that can consistently win them more games than other players. It's really hard to hit rank 1 by just playing standard good League of Legends. For me, I feel like what sets me apart from most other junglers is my pathing. A lot of other junglers have the same type of pathing where they just full clear on full clear on full clear for the first 3 rotations of the game, and it's really easy to tell where they'll be at any point in the game in the first 10 minutes. But for me, I feel like I like to switch up my pathing a lot based on the state of the map, and that's what gets me a lot of free kills that other junglers wouldn't be able to get otherwise. For example, in a game that I had against Nightblue, another challenger jungler, here's what he had to say about my pathing.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why Nunu's bot. Nunu should be top right now. He actually should be top. Did he take my blue? No, he didn't. Why is he bot? Why is he bot? He started top side. Huh? That's so interesting.
So for some additional context on this clip, I started topside and Nightblue started topside as well, and we both full cleared down. But in the second rotation of camps, I decided to just, instead of going back topside, I decided to go look for a gank bot because the enemy ball wave was in such a bad state. This is something that not a lot of junglers are willing to do, and because of this, you're able to easily predict where they are within the first 10 minutes of the game. I wasn't afraid of Nightblue counter ganking me because I knew that he would play standard and he would be just stuck full clearing top to bot, which enables me to get a really good bot gank off and basically screw their bot lane over for the rest of the game. Some people might think that this strategy only works on ganking junglers like Nunu, but in reality, ditching your full clear to get a good gank off works for basically every champion that isn't just a pure full clear. Champions like Maokai, Skarner, Vi, even other bruisers like Darius Jungle could adopt this playstyle if they wanted to, but most people just take the easy way out and just do the predefined pathing that they had in their mind since the beginning of the game. Another strategy I use in order to hit rank 1 is to gank good players. In Challenger, there's a lot of players that are able to single-handedly impact this game if they're left unchecked. Some players are able to win lanes super hard, and some players are able to basically just 1v9 games if you don't gank them. So a big part of me climbing in LP was to gank those players and to stop them from basically winning the game. And also conversely, if those players were on my team, I would camp them and basically feed them all of the resources to ensure that they could just carry and get us an easy game. One example of somebody I ganked relentlessly was Viper. For those of you who don't know, Viper was rank 1 and 2 before I overtook his rank 1 spot, and he's generally considered the best top laner on the server. However, when he was paired against me on the enemy team, he was less than happy with me.
Pentalist path to top last game. He has no reason not to be top here again. I don't know what's wrong with me though. I'm telling you, I have never seen someone as big of a fan of me as Pentalist.
Normally, somebody would think that ganking the same person over and over again, eventually they'll learn to just stop dying to your ganks. But even against the best top laner on the server, most laners will not drop their ego and will just blame something else instead of actually playing safe in lane.
As I said, it's so funny how predictable players are. Like, you just know, right? You just know who's a fan and who isn't in Challenger. Like, you see their names, you'll know exactly what they want to do, what lane they want to play for. Yeah, Pentalist, I'm telling you, he's my most hated player to play against. It's so cringe playing against him. Like, his playstyle is too repetitive. He does one thing. He's just a fan like that. That's straight up what it is. He's just a fan, right? He sees my name, no matter the account I'm on, and he just perma-ganks us.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Doesn't matter what bot lane he has, doesn't matter how our bot lane doesn't have cleanse and how easy they are to kill.
So camping Viper over and over again not only made it so that he couldn't single-handedly carry his team, it also made him basically dead weight on any team that he was on. Most of the games, Viper would be a really good player and just 1v9 the game for elite top, but for some reason, whenever he got ganked, he would just die to the ganks. It's actually more than most other players on the server. Because of how much I ganked him, he also developed some delusional takes as well about Nunu.
Get permud. It's a pick ban trap. It's the most unskilled trap in the game. The most boring unskilled trap in the game.
While you can argue that Nunu is boring and unskilled, this brings me to my next point about how I think Nunu isn't really strong or weak right now. If Nunu was weak, I would never be able to hit rank 1. A bad champion is something that you shouldn't be playing, and it's something that's basically griefing if you're locking in. But I also don't think Nunu is strong either. Nunu Masters Plus has a 49.9% win rate and isn't really picked often compared to other champions in the meta. The problem with Nunu at this point is that he is very weak in fighting. He basically cannot win 1v1 against any other champion in the jungle, and his damage is pretty low for a jungler. He has a very bad time team fighting as well, as most people can disrupt his R, and he has a very small HP pool so that he cannot actually be considered tanky. However, despite all of this, the reason why Nunu isn't just completely trash of a champion is because he has practically infinite tempo. He can make plays whenever he wants to, and he has the power to swing games by giving off good ganks that other junglers can't do. If you want to hit rank 1, you have to play a champion that isn't weak, and I'm pretty lucky that Nunu has been okay all season long. The next sin that helped me a lot in order to get rank 1 is to internalize the concept that I always tell myself, which is to die less. In League of Legends, practically every death that you make is a mistake, except for the deaths where your team is able to trade a lot of kills afterwards. I managed to cut down on a lot of my deaths by going phase rush and basically telling myself that I shouldn't be dying for any reason whatsoever, and because of this, in my most recent Nunu games, I was averaging around 3 deaths per game, which is pretty low compared to other players. But generally, rank 1 players, if you want to hit rank 1, you basically have to try to minimize the amount of deaths you have, unless if you have a weird obscure strategy, which involves dying a lot. Finally, with my extremely high Nunu win rate, the last piece of the puzzle was actually getting Nunu a lot of the games. After playing Challenger for a long time, people are kind of sick of losing to my Nunu, so that's when they started to ban Nunu over and over again. I think the ban rate for Nunu in NA Challenger was 7 times compared to the average of the rest of the world, because people really did not like thinking about what it would be like to get ganked by Nunu. So that's why, in order to avoid Nunu bans, I had to do something that not many ranked 1 players do, which is just to play less League of Legends so people don't get as tilted against me. And the other thing I did was to improve my secondary champion Maokai. In the beginning of the season, I went like something like 1-13 on Maokai, which made me think that Maokai was doomed as a champion for me. But eventually, I managed to figure out how to play Maokai again by changing up my build and building tier 2 boosts first. And I eventually started winning a lot of my Maokai games. In my last 20 Maokai games, I went 12-8 compared to my average win rate of 43%, I think. So that was pretty impactful, since I could actually win LP while I was playing off Nunu. Overall, I'm pretty happy of where I went this season. At the beginning of the season, I really did not think I'll be able to hit 1800 LP as fast as I did. But with a stroke of luck and some advanced strategies that I made, I think I was able to accomplish it pretty nicely. But anyways, that's it for me today. Check out my Twitch stream if you want to see me try to hit 2000 LP and play on my second Challenger account. But yeah, that's it for me today. Peace.